So it is Thursday, November 13th, and I'm here to do my 20-week update. So today I'm 20 weeks, 2 days. It's pretty exciting to make it to the week 20 mark, and be able to say I'm halfway done, and knowing that now the time between now and when the baby's actually here is getting shorter and shorter compared to what I've already been, gone through. Although I feel like it's a little bit off because you don't, like the first 4 weeks, you don't actually know you're pregnant. So it's, it seems like I imagine it seems like the first half is shorter than the second half, but we'll see. This week, Poppy is the size of a banana, which basically every site seems to agree that it's the size of a banana. 7 inches and 11 ounces, according to the What to Expect app. So that's cool. And this week they start measuring from the head to the toes rather than from the head to the butt, because the baby starts being stretched out more. So that's pretty cool. I believe the 7 inches is still from head to rump, from head to butt, but what I've read is that it's 10 inches from head to toe. So it seems like all of a sudden there was this big growth, but it's not really the case, and they just kind of reorganized themselves. As far as symptoms and stuff go for this week, thankfully, knock on wood, there has not been any vomiting, so that's really good. So at this point it's been, I want to say, just over a week, like 8 days. Maybe, yeah. I think it's like 8 days since I last threw up. So I'm not willing to say that it's done, because it always seems like I go through a stretch of a week and a half, 2 weeks, and feel like, okay, maybe it's getting better, and then I have issues with it again. So we'll see. We'll see how the next couple weeks go. I've also had more headaches coming up. It's, they're not awful for the most part. There was one day, I think last Wednesday, which actually would have been part of last week's video, when I had a pretty bad headache. But there hasn't really been anything super bad. Not enough very often for me to take anything for it. There's also been days where the fatigue seems to be worse, but I think it also kind of depends on if I'm doing stuff or not. I almost feel like days when I just sit around and don't do anything, I end up getting more tired, but I'm not pushed to the point of actually taking a nap. So days when I'm actually out and about and running errands and doing things, I get totally exhausted, and it's much easier for me to lie down and take a nap, because I'm actually pushed to that point. I'm also still having back hip pain only on the left side. I brought it up there's a pregnancy group that I go to on Wednesday evenings, which is great. And I brought it up there, and the suggestion was to use a tennis ball and lie on it with it in the spot that hurts and kind of try to relax over it to stretch things out. So I'm going to try to do that and see if that helps, because it's gotten to the point now where there are times when I'm sitting in my chair, when I'm sitting in my chair and I reach forward to get something off of the little table that's there, and it's really painful, and it's only painful right there. It's not sciatic pain or anything. It doesn't go down my leg, but it's it stops me, and I definitely notice it. I'm also, for the last day or so, been kind of congested. Hopefully it's not a full-blown cold. It doesn't seem like a full-blown cold. But hopefully it'll just kind of, go along its way. And I think I've been feeling, not just kicking, but actual movement, because there are times when I feel other stuff, that feels like what I imagine the baby just moving would feel like. And so that's been cool to be feeling more of that. And there are days when Poppy has been really, really active. It seems like days that I am kind of sitting around, often are days when there's a lot more activity, which makes sense. And then there are days when I don't feel quite as much, but there's definitely, like, every day I at least feel some, so that's good. As far as food stuff goes, nothing particularly new. I've gotten into the routine of every morning for breakfast. I have strawberries, I cut up strawberries, I cut up kiwi, and some days I cut up a banana. And that's like a big part of my breakfast. So I have that, and I made pumpkin bread last week, and so I've been eating that with the fruit. And that seems like it's been really good. I've really been craving strawberries, and then like the kiwi craving has kind of gone in and out. And so that's a really nice, feels like a healthy start to the day. And then I also often in the afternoon sometime or with lunch will cut up a whole bunch of vegetables and have it with ranch dressing to dip it in. So basically cucumbers, baby carrots, celery, and pepper have been kind of the ones that I've been going between. And so there's two other kind of new cravings this week. One of them is goat cheese, which I'm so thankful that there is readily available pasteurized goat cheese, because I know some people during pregnancy have had difficulty being able to eat goat cheese because they haven't been able to find pasteurized. So I've been eating goat cheese on crackers quite a bit for lunch or snacks. And then the other thing is Friendly's tuna melts. We've gone to Friendly's the last 2 weekends for lunch. This weekend, it was at my request. We were going to go somewhere for lunch on Sunday, and I kind of quietly said, can we go to Friendly's? And it felt like such a ridiculous request to want to go to Friendly's of all places. But I really wanted the tuna melt, and I wanted ice cream, which it's soft serve ice cream is what I tend to go for. So that's been good. And I was at first a little bit concerned that I wasn't actually supposed to be eating the kind of tuna that they would have on the sandwich, but upon further reading and stuff, it seems like it's fine to have in very small amounts the like white albacore tuna. You're just not supposed to have as much of it as other fish. So I don't feel so bad about it. Nothing new as far as versions go, really. And just kind of as far as other stuff goes this week, one of the big triumphs of the week, I guess maybe, is that my maternity pants have started staying up on their own. So before I was having to wear a belly band over the maternity pant panel to keep them up. And it was a pain. There was just so much to deal with. But this week they are now staying up on their own, especially if I fold the band over, they stay up really well. So like when I'm out and about, I fold it over, and when I'm just around the house, it's more comfortable to have it all the way up. I also have a blog that I had started in June or July and had planned to have it be kind of like the written version of tracking my pregnancy, and especially talking about it in relation to my chronic illnesses. I hadn't written in it since July, so I finally now have written kind of an update to fill in the last 6 months, 5 months, and I'll post a link to that down below if you're interested in going to see it. The only thing I ask is I'm keeping my YouTube stuff separate from like the rest of my life, so people, friends and family don't really know that I do YouTube stuff, and it's just been kind of nice to keep it separate. So if you do go and visit the blog, if you happen to post a comment or something, just don't mention YouTube outright, at least. And the other thing, this is getting long. The other thing is that I have started now keeping track of symptoms and taking medications and supplements and stuff on a daily basis. So this is going to be backwards, but I have this like checklist. So this is 1 week, this is another week, and I'm keeping track of days that I do IV fluids, making sure that I do my Lovenox shots every day, when I take calcium and omega fatty acids, and and then like my top symptoms, kind of rating them, keeping track of days that I throw up and stuff like that. So, and then I've also now today started tracking my weight. So I feel like that's a good thing for me to be doing because I'm keeping better track of all of that stuff. All right, so this is now over 10 minutes, so I'm going to do a really quick belly shot and then be done with it. Let's see. I want to go this way. All right. So I still feel like I'm not really showing, and especially from the front, you really can't tell anything's different. I feel bigger though. So there's from the side with the shirt, and that side, and then these are my maternity pants that are finally staying up. So there's that. Just quickly show this down. So I definitely feel like it's not only growing down here, but it's starting to grow up here, which must be from all of my organs and everything being pushed up there. So from the front and the side, I definitely feel like I am losing my hips too. So there is that. All right, so that's it for this week. I hope you're all doing well. I have my ultrasound coming up on Tuesday, which is very exciting. Hopefully Poppy will cooperate and we'll get to find out if it's a boy or a girl. And hopefully everything else is fine and looks good. So if you could think of me on Tuesday, that would be great. Other than that, I will see you next week for my 21-week update. All right,